he decided to come when I'm doing my live stream. What's that? No, I don't work that way. It's all blank. Okay, well, there we go. This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing Special Society of Heavily Overwhelmed Layout Enthusiasts. Check any model railway show. Check any model railway club. Check any model railway. Look in your own basement. Check a mirror. You'll find one of us staring back at you. Warning. The content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter was not suitable for his own children when he was young, and he was a permissive parent. Yet he behaved that way anyhow. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the rules for layouts. It's your layout. Do what you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you what they should do. And do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel for that matter. And happy Friday to everybody. Let's go straight into the greetings before we go any further. Christopher, nice to have you. Forgotten Pit Road. I just assumed you had changed name. I didn't know it was a whole new channel, so I had to resubscribe again. Dude, you're like a ghost, man. I keep chasing you down, and then you disappear again. Peter, how are you? Jean Ricard. Hi, how are you? I know you haven't heard that 10 million times in your life. Let's see, Ewan is here. Nice to have you here. Brian, the Angel Share, great to have you as well. It's myself here. Jean Ricard, Peter, Jean Ricard, Peter. Carl, great to have you back, sir. Thanks for coming in again. Chris from Hales Heritage Railway, nice to have you. Carl, always an honor, sir. Glad to have you here. Lee, great to see you. And then more. Tim JD. Nice to have you, as always. And Ray, bowling night it is. Hope that whatever was the issue with bowling your league is sorted out well, or will get sorted out well and easy. Hi, my daughter Lynn and Kyan, who are listening in. Hi, Kyan. Opa Opa! Let me see who else. Leslie's here. Awesome. Great to have you. And let's see. Any new here? I got to make sure I don't. Dwight Curley. Welcome, sir. Great to have you here. And that might. Oh, and Joseph is here. My scroller suddenly shot way up on me. So I think I've got everybody who logged in with Joseph Agliato here. Nice to have you all here. Been a rough week. I hear that, Ray. I really hear that. It's been... Okay. So you all can share your week, but it's my stream, so I'll share mine first. Last weekend, Joyce and I, along with Joyce's family, moved her brother out of his home because he just cannot live alone. And he didn't want to do this, but the family finally put a foot down and said, you've got to go in. So he has been moved into a full assisted living situation. And again, if you don't know, my wife's older brother is dying from the disease called ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease in the United States. Anyhow, and so he moved from a big house to a smaller house, and now he's moved to basically a small apartment inside a complex. It's very small, and he wants more stuff than fits into the apartment. There's just no way for him to be able to move his wheelchair around. There's just a lot of things that couldn't go. I mean, you can't bring an entire house. We had already condensed from the big house to a little house, and now into an apartment. There's just so many things he wants, and it's like, I'm glad I'm not in the decision-making mode. But we had to, there's a lot of things that you can't have it. I'm sorry, you can't have that in your apartment. It's just too big. You're not going to use it, and that's one of the hardest things. To tell somebody they're dying, you're not going to use this, so why bother? So that was crazy. And that lasted through Monday. So Joyce and I took Monday off work. Tuesday I went back to work. And anybody who watches me on Facebook knows what happened Tuesday. While I was at work on Tuesday, somebody from inside our building using a school phone called 911 and claimed there was a shooter dressed all in black, carrying guns, roaming through the halls. It was a bogus call, but it came from a Bowser phone. In other words, either one of the phones we teachers have in our classroom or an office phone. But somebody got access to one of the school phones and called 911 and left a description, a name, and everything else, which was all fake. And so our school was locked down for a couple of hours, and we had to stay after. I normally get out of work at 2:45. I didn't get to leave work until 3:45, but we were in lockdown mode for over 2 hours. And of course, when we left, we were escorted out by armed guards. We had 50 to 100 policemen, all with their higher end weaponry. And even though they were escorting us out one classroom at a time, and I'm on the far end of the building, so I was really like second to last one out. So that was very stressful. And so for the last 3 days, no kids, well, I shouldn't say no kids, a good quarter of our population and as high as 50% have not been coming to school because our school is not safe. Even though it was a hoax and was seen as a hoax fairly quickly afterwards, because it happens and because it does happen in this country, we were in shutdown mode. And we were like that. Hey, Andrew, 156. Andrew, welcome, sir. Nice to have you here. So yeah, and so we've had all kinds of things going on this week. It's just been crazy. Kids dropping out of the school, kids not coming to school because of various issues. There's COVID-related issues. And so it's just been crazy. With that. So it has been kind of, and Joyce has just been major league stressed. Joyce teaches 4th grade, and she moved down. She had been teaching 5th grade for a few years. She moved down to 4th grade this year. For the 4th time in 6 years, she's in a new classroom. she's dealing with all her brother stuff. And she has got a couple of students that are very problematic. I mean, she's got a lot of kids that have various issues, but she's got a couple of them that are very problematic. And Joyce did not exactly do what this one child wanted Joyce to do for this child when this child wanted it done. And the child threw a fit later in another classroom where the sob sister teacher there confronted Joyce, like, why didn't you do this? This kid has special needs. And Joyce is like, I didn't know. And, I was dealing with this, and this. How could I deal with that? I can't, I don't have, and this is a teacher she's normally friends with. And the teacher kind of gave Joyce sort of a attitude and isn't talking to Joyce right now about it because this particular child is one of the pets of that teacher. And Joyce did not respond to this child's specific needs. And you've got to be, this child requires you to be like this. Because Joyce was talking about how the kid's not turning in work, and the other teacher's like, well, you have to talk to him like this, and you have to do this, and you have to do this. And Joyce is like, I've got 50 kids I have to do like that. And I just, the kid's not turning in the work, and I told him, you need to turn in your work. Joyce didn't phrase it the proper way. I mean, it wasn't like Joyce said anything rude or anything. And so she's getting some backlash from that. And again, Joyce did nothing wrong. She just did not do the super, please, thank you, sugar on top, blah, 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 that this particular kid needs to turn in their work. And so this went into a meeting, and another partner of Joyce tried apologizing, saying, look, I'm sorry I didn't respond to that child's exact emotional needs the way they wanted at that point, but I'm dealing with this and this and this, and then I'm dealing with this and this and this and this and this, and then, and my brother, blah, 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 blah. And the one teacher said, welcome to teaching. And Joyce is like, I've been teaching 30 years. Don't hit me with that crap. And so, yeah, it's been a long, hard week. It's been a crazy week. Anyhow, Mark is here. So that was that. Ray, your bowling alley got shut down. And then just a little more stress is Sparky. You guys all know Sparky. If not, check him out. Sparky 107. David. Mark HD is here. Split Rock is here. Nice to have you, Thomas. Great. But anyhow, Sparky tried to do a live stream, and actually he just pushed through it. But there's somebody that is bombing these live streams. They're coming in with 50 fake IDs, and they're just spam content, all sorts of obnoxious things. And then Mark at Donegal Dad got hit by the same guy yesterday, and I'm just dreading that this idiot will come in here today. I'm probably inviting it by calling him an idiot, but if the shoe fits, Cinderella. So anyhow, that's been a synopsis of the week. We're being escorted with AR-15 guards everywhere, heavily armed guards everywhere. It was crazy. Hey, Paul, how are you? Nice to have you. So that's that, and now it's time to relax, and let's get some trains running. I will show you who's all running today if I can pick the right camera. There it is. Bango. So I am still running a freighter, guys. This is a record. Hey, Heath, how are you? I'm not dressed up. I'm just in a collared shirt, which I actually wear about half the time. But it is the shirt I wore to work. I took off my tie. But we are running the Railjet, so we will get him going here. And I do have the new freight locomotive pulling a freighter. So for the third or fourth week in a row, I am running a freighter. Well, again, it's not that big deal. It's stressful. It's not pain. I did have a doctor's appointment yesterday, but that was all good. Hey, Andrew, how are you? We'll see if this guy. And, of course, that fabulous ICE-3 is getting ready to take off there, so he's good to go. Yeah, that's a good speed. And then right in front of you is my blue check railjet, so I'm running both railjets today. So we'll get him in motion. So that blue railjet. So he's all good to go. And finally, well, not finally, we've got my Eurocity, Czech Eurocity going. That's the one that my new locomotive goes with. The new locomotive I showed off last week, the blue one, that's the train it pulls. So Andrew, March West Junction is here. If I didn't say hello, hello. I think I said hi to Heath. If not, hi Heath again. Yes, everybody's asking me about that. Please don't feel bad if I say this, that everybody's asking me. Yes, because it was Miraklin Trains. So I got it shared by the Miraklin site, and anybody who knows me, who knows I'm into trains and that it was German. So yes, I have had the post shared on my Facebook feed about 20 times. People have tagged me in it. Hey, Anthony, did you see this? Hey, Anthony, did you see this? And so yes, I have seen it. I've been tagged multiple times for that post. It is a very cool video. It is done in English. What's the guy's name? Tom Scott. But yes, that to train rail traffic controllers in Germany. Oh, I got one more train to get moving. They have a layout they use. So it's very cool. So anyhow, how are all of you now that I've babbled my stuff? I mean, there's more to do. On the good news, I got my, I've got my wiring set up for my wheel cleaner. Yes, I watched the video. Hey, Melvin, how are you? So yeah, I mean, it's been a stressful week, but all weeks are stressful. And like I was telling him, I went to a doctor's appointment. It was scheduled at 4:30. My doctor didn't come in until 5:15 because he's got other patients and he was busy with them, and he's all apologizing. And I know some of you would be upset too. Hey, I had a 4:30 appointment. You're coming in at 5:15. That's like, but you know, you go into another appointment, you don't know what all you're going to run into. So you schedule them every half hour, and this one takes 45 minutes. Another one takes 45 minutes. You're behind. So, you know, I'm too easygoing. That's my problem. I'm probably too easygoing. Unless you really get on my bad side. So, you know, don't apologize, Doc. I understand you're running late. Did I want to be there an extra hour? No, but I understand. You know, it can't be helped. But, you know, it was mostly good news with the doctor. No bad news, but mostly good news. But a lot of things checked out. My blood sugar is still fantastic. And my blood pressure was high yesterday, because that's the other thing. I aggravated my back. Again, those of you who've known me a while, 2 years ago, well, almost 2 years ago, in December of 2019, I really mangled my back. And I was in therapy for 5 months. And every now and then, I might tweak it a little. Well, Joyce thinks it was moving the furniture over the weekend, but it didn't start acting up until Tuesday. But my back is, my sciatica is acting up to the last couple of days. So it's been a little hard to sleep because it doesn't like how I lay in bed. But again, minor complaints in the big world. Minor complaints. Other people are suffering a lot worse than I'm suffering, in a lot worse shape than I'm in, and that's the only problem. I come home on a Friday and immediately go to live stream, and you might catch me going trying to get it all out. But anyhow, we are running some cool trains. The theme today is I'm running all my Czech trains, and I'm running all my Taurus. That's the locomotive that's on the two different rail-jets, the Austrian rail-jet and the Czech rail-jet, and the Beethoven. So I'm running all my Taurus. Would that be Tauri? I'm running my Tauri. Taurus is one, so Tauri. Latin and Greek plural, Tauri. Hey, Greg, good morning to you over there. Nice to have you here. It's always awesome. I hope you're well. But I did set the freighter up to run the GoPro. Uh, Hopefully it can handle the weight. I didn't test it. I was so busy this week. And that's another thing. I've got 2 comedy songs done. I just need Joyce to sing them. She hasn't been in the mood to sing. And even if she were remotely in the mood to sing, she hasn't had a lot of time where she could come down here, do a few takes, and then let me edit them. So I've got several songs on the back. I'm backlogged again. So hopefully I'll sound less stressed by the time this is over, because it's the weekend. I'm glad it's the weekend, but it's been a crazy week. I'm tired of all these, because this is the problem. Kids now know they can call in threats and disrupt the school day. And this one the cops really took seriously because it came from a Bowser phone, which meant a teacher left students in a classroom and the kids knew how to use their phone. Because there's a code we teachers have to dial out to dial outside. And technically, teachers aren't supposed to dial 911 out of their classrooms anyhow. So it came from a Bowser phone. They can't trace which classroom because all our phones are on one line. So it just comes up as a generic Bowser phone number. My high school is called Bowser. Martin's HO and Motor Classic. Martin's American HO and Motor Classic. No, the name does not sound familiar, so I'm going to say I'm not subscribed. Have I run across it? I don't know. Hey, Philip Page, how are you? I was mentioning you again last week. So I might want to read. Yeah, first world problems, Thomas. First world problems. But first world or third world, we humans have our human problems, and no matter how rich or poor you are, certain things will just bother you in the chest, whether you have a distraction from them or not. So I'll have to check that up. Martin's American HO and Motor Classic. Get all these cords out of the way. Okay. Okay, so he's an C-Gleis guy, so it's cool, but now I'll probably looks interesting. So excellent. That's great to hear, Greg. I'm very glad to hear that. So it's just been one of those distracting weeks. Like I said, I know you can't let it bother you, but I was so angry. Maryland is HO scale. The only double O scale is the UK stuff. The only thing that's double O scale is UK. And I'm sure somebody will correct me on that, but no, Maryland is HO. And by the way, Maryland invented HO. Maryland actually invented the first scaling system. So 1 gauge, 1 scale, O scale, and HO and Z scale were all invented by Maryland. Were all invented by Maryland. And then the only one they do that is 3 rail is the HO scale. Z scale is 2 rail. And then, I think 1 scale is 3 rail. Or is it? I don't know. And then through tricks, Maryland's does DC H-O. Trix is owned by Märklin. They release all their trains for DC format, and again, 2-rail. When we who do Märklin talk about DC, we're not talking digital versus analog. We're talking 2-rail versus 3-rail. AC powering versus DC powering. They go through their, through Trix, they do N-scale and HODC, and then they own a company called LGB, which is G-scale. But it's all Märklin. Märklin owns it all. Although they've only owned LGB 15 to 20 years. LGB was an independent company for a long time, but they bought LGB around 15 years ago, give or take. But, so yeah, it's, and I usually pronounce it the German way, Märklin, which is how it's pronounced. And I just, on Heath's live stream on Monday, I had gone to bed, and I just decided to check if, I had just gone to bed, and I flipped on my phone and got my notification that Heath was live. I was like, oh yeah, because I didn't get the reminder. I didn't get the notification that Heath was on. But I go to bed on Mondays about 9:30. I try to be in bed 9 to 10 o'clock each night because I get up at 4:45 each morning. And just as I popped in, all I saw was Thomas Splitrock saying, too bad Anthony's not here. You could ask him. And I was like, what? And I scrolled back and somebody's talking about the pronunciation of Märklin. Because you will get 100 people pronouncing it 100 different ways because none of them are German. And German is not a hard language to pronounce. And English is a German language. And before anybody argues that with me, I have a degree in linguistics. English is a Germanic language. Hey, Ricard, how are you? Welcome in. And so the official pronunciation, A with the 2 dots over it. Those 2 dots are called umlauts. A with 2 dots over it in German is pronounced like the E in the word let. That eh sound. So it's meh, and then because you round your lips to say the R sound, the it becomes mare. So it sounds like the head of a city, mare. Or a horse, a mare. Mare, and then I is pronounced E, Märklin. Märklin. Now, some people say Marklin, and if you're an American, they tend to just say Marklin. Some people say Märklin, Märklin, which is kind of half German, half anglicized. But it's Märklin with the stress on the first syllable. Märklin. Märklin. So, by the way, a lot of you went to train shows or are going to train shows. That's great to hear. Just be safe. Yeah, I know John's MOBA DE. He's got a good one. I'm not subscribed to it. I think I was at one time, and then I have scaled way back on who I'm subscribed to. I talked about that last week. You know, basically, I look at a list of videos, and I found that there were certain channels, as great as they are, that if I can only watch, I've got 10 videos up there, and I can only watch 8 or 9 of them. I only have time to watch 8 or 9 of them. Well, there were certain channels I was always putting last and not going back to or forgetting. And I said, you know what? I might as well unsubscribe. They're not going to miss me. But yeah, I am. If you haven't figured out by now, I'm a huge Märklin fan. I've got a couple of friends who come in here that are not fans of Märklin. They're European train enthusiast people, and they don't like Märklin. And in a way, it's about timing, because Märklin was quality stuff into the 80s, top quality stuff, and they're still the largest model train company in the world. But it was family owned into the late 90s, early 2000s, and then it was bought out. But people said the family was going broke, they moved manufacturing to places, and the quality of manufacturing went way down. And a lot of people were into it say, hey, Märklin stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s, mid 2000s is garbage. Maybe it was. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. Other people have their trains and they like them. But again, since I joined after the Simba Dickey Corporation bought out Märklin and put a guy named Florian Siebert in charge. And Florian Siebert has turned Märklin profitable. Märklin has been profitable since 2015. After like 10 years of being in the red, 15 years being in the red, some god-awful number, they've been in the black since 2015. And in terms of quality, I haven't bought a Märklin train that I've gone, oh, that was a piece of crap. I bought Picos that I thought were a piece of crap. Now, I've only had 2 Roco locomotives, and I like them both, so I can't really criticize Roco, although I don't like Roco's Telex couplers. The Jägendorfer collection, gorgeous locomotive, weak as heck as far as being a Polar goes. Yeah, I get accused if I wear a collar shirt, I'm dressed up, but I actually prefer wearing collared shirts over t-shirts. I prefer button-up shirts over t-shirts, but I did wear this to work today. I did have a tie on, but I'm in jeans, I'm relaxing. I decided to leave the shirt on because it was a little cooler today and the basement's a little cool, so instead of throwing on a t-shirt or a polo, I just left a long sleeve shirt on. Listen. Yep. Yeah, and Ray, that's actually not even an American thing. Even in German typewriters, like when the typewriters first came out, had a standardized script. When you have umlauts in German, and in German, other languages are different, but in German, only 3 letters get the umlauts, the 2 dots, A, O, and U. But they would spell it as with an E. If you didn't have the keyboard to give you the umlauts become an E. So A with umlauts is A-E. O with umlauts is O-E. And all the umlauts are is a mark to say the vowel's pronounced differently. That's all they are. They're a little mark above the vowel to say don't pronounce this the normal way. Hey, Simon, nice to have you here. What color tie did I wear? Okay, I wore a black, red, and gray pattern tie. Very funky, cool tie. Because I was in my red shirt with black slacks, so I had a predominantly black with gray and matching red colors through it. It was kind of geometrical. It wasn't striped, it wasn't checked, it wasn't lined in any way. It just a little bit of this color coming down, a little bit of that color with a lot of black around and in between. So that's my fashion things. I actually am a very good fashion coordinator. I actually, when I want to dress up, I do a great job of matching ties and shirts and good slacks. When I go to work, I look good. I'm probably the only teacher left in my building who still wears a tie. When I started teaching 36 years ago, 2/3 of the male teachers wore dress shirts and ties. And slowly, as the years have gone by, the dress has relaxed. Now most of the male teachers wear polos. Some wear t-shirts, but they get yelled at. But I wear a shirt and tie. I wore a shirt and tie almost every day. When it's 90-some degrees out and the air conditioner at work stops working, then I'll wear a polo with my dress slacks. But otherwise, I wear a shirt and tie. Well, that's a joke I always tell my kids, Thomas. Umlaut is German for omelet. So speaking of trains running, I'll try to remember when it comes around. Let's go ahead and set up doobie doobie doo, should doobie doobie, doobie doobie doo. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. I'm a dedicated follower of fashion. Yes, I am. Come along, come along. There's no such thing as joining a stream late. You join when you can join. Alright, I want to see if this loco, we're going to test the pulling power of this loco. Stop already! Stop! When I say whoa, I mean whoa! Okay, so now I got to set them up. I'm setting up my GoPro so we can do the cap, or not the cap cam. Yeah, there are teachers that, you know, even back in the day, didn't have to wear ties. Although when I was younger, teachers that taught shop classes, tech classes and that stuff like that, had to wear bow ties, because long ties, like you said, Greg, dangerous. But again, I don't worry about what other teachers wear. You know, what you wear does not say what kind of a teacher you are. I want my job to feel professional. And so I dress professionally. I do dress well. I have nice ties, nice shirts. I mean, mostly bought at Kohl's and, you know, low budget stores. I don't have expensive ties. I think the most I've ever paid for a tie was $30. And the most I've ever paid for a pair of slacks was $60. And my dress shirts are anywhere from $20 to $40. But I have a nice assortment of color shirts and matching ties. Hey, Tom Couples is here. Well, if your horses laugh at you for wearing a tie, I'd wonder about your horses. So set up, yeah. We're going. Come on. Other RTP. Let's go. Yes, Wi-Fi disconnected. Takes forever to set this up. I should have done it earlier, but if you wear pants, Heath, I don't want to hear any more than that. If you wear pants, you feel dressed up. I don't want to know. I'm glad you keep the camera waist up then. Actually, I'm not wearing anything here right now. I have never really enjoyed wearing shorts other than when it's really hot out. I would rather wear jeans than shorts. I would rather, you know. Bing, 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 bing. Go live. Yes, go live. Do it already. Do it. Bam. Stream says it's good. All right. We'll see if it works better, because last week it was being jittery buggy. So we'll see what happens. And, oh, I got to set some things up. So he's all good to go. All right. So now I've got to do this one. Play, network, play, play, network, play, upon my magic stick. Okay, so we can put them in motion. Let's see if this loco can handle the weight. He felt like he'd be a strong puller, so... All right, let's go and check the passenger view cab. 3, 2, 1, don't panic. There we go. All right. Yeah, that was the other thing. If you were hearing me at the beginning talking in the background, we had a guy coming to do some window measurements, and yeah, I always have something different. I usually change out anywhere from 3 to 4 trains. So what is different? So where we at? Do I only have 2 new trains running today? I moved trains around. Oh, that's a cool view. But the 2 blue trains. Well, let's go to the all view. The 2 blue trains in the background there are new this week. They haven't run in a couple of weeks. They're both Czech trains. The freighter got moved from the narrow thing to the big lane, so he's running a different line today. The Railjet was on lane 2 last week. He's on the ICE3, the white guy. He was on track 2. He's on track 3 today. Hey, Flymo, how are you? But this is the Railjet. If you guys are new, this is the Railjet. The Railjet is the high-speed train, the luxury high-speed train of Austria. Although luxury, it's still a lot cheaper than most other luxury trains. And then this is the ICE3. That is the German high-speed train. Now, way in the background there, that little red guy, that diesel guy. And then this is the Czech Railjet. It's the same thing as an Austrian Railjet, but it's run by the Czech rail company, which is called C-Gleis. And finally, Beethoven is going to come and have a creepy look at you in a second, so we might as well let Beethoven. Now, Beethoven would normally be going, no, not that fast, not that fast, not that fast. There we go. Let's speed him up just a little. So Beethoven will stare at you as he goes around here. But that is a Czech EC, Euro City Express. That is the Czech EC, which the new blue locomotive I was showing off last week will be pulling. I don't know about that, Thomas. Railjet. The only time I've come across the term railjet is from the Austrian and Czech railways, because even the Czech railjet is built by the same company that builds the Austrian one. Hey, hello, Alan at Dragon Junction. A big American hello to you too. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Thomas. That was a weak stretch. Because he could also be the second movement, the 9th movement. No, I don't, Tim. I only caught that it happened through other people. You know, I hope this doesn't sound bad or wrong, but I do not follow American trains. I did catch that Amtrak had a derailment, and I went, oh, wow, that was bad, and I moved on. I'm more likely to know about train accidents in Germany. So in Germany and Austria, high-speed trains are controlled by the federal government. Only the federal government can operate the high-speed trains. And in Germany, the high-speed trains have one color. They are white with a red stripe. So high-speed trains are white with a red stripe in Germany. The commuter traffic, the local traffic, is split between federally owned, which will always be red, or privately owned, which can be all kinds of colors. Yes, we actually have a couple of ICE-style Amtraks that were German ones here in America. So yeah, the German trains get around. But that is my Delmenhorst station, which is 95% accurate to the actual Delmenhorst station inside and out. The only thing that's not accurate is the length of the platforms. To get the platforms to true length, they would have had to have been a lot longer. Sorry, we were in a live stream earlier that was cut short. Okay. Does Jenny do Friday streams now too? There's thousands of us model train people, and more people are doing the live streams. Yeah, the Amtrak and the NJT, yeah, have the Siemens locos. Because I just look at my Siemens locos and go, wow, those look a lot alike. And somebody said, well, they should. They were all built by Siemens. Oh, okay, so a lot of people are broadcasting from the show today. Well, that's all right. You know, I don't... Jenny got hired as the new Doctor Who. Oh, I just missed the freighter going. Okay, well, let's see. What other view? That little green guy is a Federal Rails of Germany diesel called the Lindt class 648. And there goes Beethoven staring past you, but that is my Czech EC. So I'm running two Czech trains today. Oh my God, my brain is just trying to squeeze more words out than possible. But no, there were people that would get upset when other people started streaming, and you can't. You know, there's too many people and not enough cameras. Yes, I heard you had it, Alan. I typed somewhere best well wishes, but I don't know. I'm really sorry for that. I've got very close family that have had it really bad. Uh, Not too close, but close family and friends that have had it really bad. And of course, my best friend had it right before he died. Um, so yeah, I was aware. I'm sorry. That's why I was glad to see you here. Nice to have you. Do they have switches at the station? No. Outside the station? Yes. Yeah, Jean Ricard. Um, Delmenhorst has 3 platforms, and then about half a mile or a mile outside the station area, much down the line, the 3 tracks eventually combine down to 2, because um, eventually 2 go to Bremen and 2 go to Oldenburg. Delmenhorst is in the middle between the big cities of Oldenburg and Bremen. But they have 3 platforms because they also have a southern line that comes up from a city called Osnabrück. And so it comes in, and then they join where Osnabrück, one line branches in and goes into Delmenhorst. The other line joins up with the line that runs on to Oldenburg, because you can go to Oldenburg from Osnabrück. Yeah, and you have my deepest sympathy, Alan. I haven't had it, thank goodness, but yes, it is painful. The people I've known who have had it, and like I said, it helped finish off my friend. So yeah, I'm just sorry, Alan. That's all I could say. I am so sorry for anybody who's had it. It is, it's not fun. Some people get lighter cases, but if you get a pretty good case, it's not good, as you obviously know. I'm so sorry for you, and to your family that have to worry about you. Um, so let's see. Not all my trains have lights, but let's have a little bit of fun here. Those are on. Everything's on over there. And we'll go with a little nighttime riding. I gotta turn this on. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Might have helped if I turn this one on too before I... There you are. Bingo, bango, bongo. There we go. Alright, so let's have a little dark time here. Not all my trains are lit up, but yeah. The one train has ditch lights. I have no idea what that means, other than to assume that ditch lights mean lights that shine in a ditch. But this is all wired with what you guys in the UK call fairy lights, mini fairy lights. We call them fairy lights in the United States, but you guys call all the mini LED lights fairy lights, if I understand correctly. We only call fairy lights the real micro ones. And 3, 2, 1. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. He's just coming around now. So darkness. Yes, I'm in a basement. I could do. Well, that's my little mini station, which I love. I probably should have taken it, show it when the little guy comes through. Now it's just pure blackness while he's coming around. Now slowly. Now the other window. Obviously, I have nothing else lit up until it gets to the Delmenhorst station, but you'll see some of the things on the Delmenhorst station. But as he comes up the ridge here, you'll start to see the bus station and the Delmenhorst station. Well, now you'll see the ICE flying past him. But there you go. But there you go. There's a nice view of my Delmenhorst station all lit up. I did that all myself, totally scratch built, no kits. Just all me with my clever little fingers when they actually were useful. And in this camera, you can kind of see the other big station, which you never see. You never see it. Maybe when I'll catch the 1K. Oh, quick. Do it real quick. Passenger view. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, all the cars are in the way. I forgot. Yeah, so you really can't see the other station lit up. Just a little bit of some of the building lit up there. That's kind of a cool view, I guess. There comes that freighter with the camera. And there you go. You can see my little link class. It needs passengers. I really got to put passengers on there, but I need to buy more seated passengers, and I'm past buying them cheap and painting them. I have to buy the ICE has passengers on it. And there's looking into the station. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change the batteries on my bus depot. They're not shining in. And it's all right now, they're on battery operated things because they're not final hardwire yet. But if you look down at the bus station, those lights aren't nearly as bright because the batteries that work in the battery pack are not shining. But yeah, I do like that view here below me. And I like that view, which is totally the wrong way. But yeah, from this view, you can see how the other station is lit up as well. You can see that big lit up station, which is normally blocked by the trains because the trains are lit up. Hey, St. Mary's is here. How are you, sir? Hey, Mark and Donegal Dad is here. Heath, if you're asking me about 3D printing, I haven't done 3D printing in a couple of months. I made some buildings to go inside my other station that I was going to make into shops, and so now I just got to print up the stickers. But I haven't done any 3D printing in a while. But Stuart is here from St. Mary's. Hi, Stuart. How are you? Great that you were able to stop by. But I will hopefully can put one of these on camera. But I'm going to turn the lights back on for a little bit. Woo. Let there be light, I said. Oh. All right, so which one's got the longer cord? No. Here we go. I can do this. Yeah, I bought a bunch of these. Okay. So all my lighting is set up for 4.5 volts. You know, basically I can set them up as a USB, and eventually I'm going to do that. I will work them up as USB and power them through a USB power strip. But what I have is right now all those little lights at my stations and everything are powered by, whoops, that's not where I wanted to go. Let's go here but not stay here. These little on-off packs, battery operated. 3 1.5 volt AA batteries, and that's what lights up my different little sets. I've got 4 sets of these, and I just turn them off and on. They're battery operated because I never decided if I was happy with how things were arranged, and I don't want to do the final wiring. I don't want to do the hard wiring is what I call it, until I'm absolutely certain that's how it's all going to be wired and set up. But I am going to wire them up as USB and have a USB strip and power them because they're all set up for 4.5 volts. So that's, but it's all cobbled and jerry-rigged by me. I know electrical. I'm just not a certified electrician. My father was a journeyman electrician. He never went master. He was a journeyman electrician. So I learned the household basics from him, and I can do basic wiring. Now, I'm way past microchip wiring and even trying to solder that, or even understanding where you plug everything in on the Arduinos and all that. That's over my head anymore. Hey, Richard, how are you? Nice to have you here. But, so that's how I power all the lights right now. And they're all just, let's do this, doobie-doo. Let's go back to that. Let's get solo. They're just these little micro fairy lights. I just buy these. I get these for $7. I get this for $7, 33 feet. And what's nice about these is you can cut them anywhere, and there's a little bit of a protective coating on the wire. A little bit of sandpaper. You grit it down, you can cut it anywhere, splice it onto your control pack, or run additional wiring. You know, when you need a length of wire, run your wire. So you'd be soldering, as we Americans say, soldering, as the rest of you say. Soldering a strip of line from this to wherever you want this to stop, and I can light up all my buildings for $6. You know, this would light up all the buildings on one side of my table. This little strip, 33 feet, $7, $6 to $7. So I had done some. I use these to do the lighting in the ceilings of my canopies on my platforms. Rather than use the lighting kits that came with it, or you could buy separately that were so much more expensive. I just figured they're LED lights, nice bright tone. You can get them in different tones, warm, cool white, warm white, blue tint. You know, you can even get them multicolored if you want to do a disco. And for me, it's just the quickest and easiest way. And, I mean, at the risk of patting myself on the back, and you guys know I don't pat myself on the back much, but they look good. When you look at my lighting on my platforms, when you look at the lighting on them, I'll turn the light back out. To me, that looks like what I see when I stand at one of those stations or away from one of those stations. That's what I see. So the lights look very realistic. And I didn't even try hard with that one because I know that's not a permanent fixture there. That is just something I threw on the table to add a visual thing. So I just ran a string of lights up in the canopy, hid them with a little bar, but it looks great. Now the ones that are truly done, let's go station view. Down here, these are ones that are truly wired in the way I want them wired in, not just set up to have lights, but this is done. And I'm going to switch to the camera, so it'll actually be on a delay. Hang on. And right now, the only problem is the battery's dying out. When I put them on USB, I won't have batteries. But watch as this camera goes through the station. I know I'm on a 3-second delay. So look at under the canopies as this guy goes through the station. Look at those. They look just like pod lights, okay? Which is exactly what they have at the Dumb and Horse station, pod lights. And they look just like pod lights. And to me, it's nothing I know that other people don't know, but it was a cool little trick I did. And I set them up as pod lights. Bada bing, bada boom. So it really was they really look, I mean, they work for me, okay? They work for me. I think they're awesome. You know, for as much as I belittle myself because I knew I know what I could do at one time. Very good at jerry rigging, very good at scratch building. And I did it with my wargaming stuff, but I wasn't on YouTube. And I built stuff, dioramas, we played battles on it, then I tore it down and built something new because we were doing something new. So one day, all this stuff, I built up a World War I battle table. Okay, well now we're going to do Napoleonic War. So I tear it all off because I didn't have space to store everything. But nobody said 25, 30, 40 years ago, hey, take pictures of that. But I was very good at doing scenery. Not professionally good, but good enough. And so that's why I was in such a hurry. Any of you who knows me, you know, and I don't know if anybody here was a member of my channel 2 years ago, is when I started doing that station, I was in such a rush to get it done because I knew the paralysis in the hands was only going to get worse. And I was in such a hurry to get that done and then hope I could figure out 3D printing, which my printer and I don't always get along. There are some issues with it every time I print that I cannot sort out. I have done all the adjustments, and maybe I should spend money and get a much better printer, although this one was supposed to be good for the money. What is my favorite war to recreate? That is a great question. I went through phases. Obviously, there was a time I loved Napoleonic warfare, but deep down, my two favorite are World War I, which is the toughest to recreate because there's no grand strategy in World War I. But World War I has always been one of my favorite wars to study. But there was no grand strategy. It was just everybody out of the trenches, and 5 hours later, the 10% of the guys who survived come back. But my personal favorite, my passion now, is medieval warfare or things like Lord of the Rings that is based in medieval warfare. I love medieval warfare, but also going down to Greek hoplite warfare, Roman mandible warfare. So anything from the Roman Empire up through the Middle Ages, before pre-gunpowder. Let's put it that way. Pre-gunpowder is my favorite. It's my favorite to play, and it's my favorite to study because there's so much to it. You know, every country had its own way. The Swiss, the Danes, the Holy Roman Empire. Everybody had their own little factions and bits. My filament is... I should have answered that. I am using a Ender 5 Pro. I use PLA. Okay, I use PLA. I use a high quality PLA. But the issues I'm having, they say, are based on the temperature of the board and the cooling area. And like you're supposed to buy the big cover area to keep the temperature inside constant. But I have warping. No matter what I print, except for very small things in the middle, I get warping. I'm using glues, I'm adjusting the temperature, I do bigger bases and biscuits to hold things down, and still you get a little bit of warping. So it's just one of those things. And then the other issue I'm having is I'm learning to do basic designing, very basic designing. But I have to build some pretty elaborate structures, which is what I wanted the 3D printer for. And I keep hoping I would find somebody that knew 3D design. Yeah. Yeah, the Battle of Kenai, epic battle. Just, again, Hannibal was a great general. Sort of. Hannibal was like, and my American Civil War people are going to hate me. Robert E. Lee is one of the most overrated generals in the history of it. What a great general it was. Robert E. Lee benefited from the fact that his opposing generals were morons until he met somebody like Grant and Meade. And then all of a sudden, he got beat. When he met a guy of equal or better quality, he wasn't. Hannibal falls in that category. Hannibal had a great leadership quality, but he also got massive armies because he played on everybody's hatred of the Romans. And you got to give Hannibal credit for organizing a very multinational military force. But as often as not, Hannibal won not because he was a great general, but because the two Roman consuls on the other side were complete morons who didn't understand battle. When Hannibal finally went up against somebody like Scipio Africanus, who was a career military guy, Hannibal got beat. So there's 3 generals that you will find, and Hannibal's probably the least offensive, but I will offend military history guys. Because I think Hannibal, in terms of military leadership, was a good general, but he wasn't nearly as great as history makes him. He is not Alexander the Great. He is not Napoleon. He is not up in that genre, even though people put him, well, not genre, that he's not on that echelon of military genius, in my opinion. He benefited from idiots on the other side. Oh, by the way, hi, and by Helmi. Enjoy. Agincourt's a great battle. One of my favorites, Cressy and Agincourt. The Black Prince, Edward the Black Prince, amazing commander. Even at age 17, that dude knew he was good. But, so 3 generals that I think are constantly overrated in terms of how great they were. Hannibal, but the overrating is not as bad as the other 2. He was a very good general, a great leader, a good general. His battlefield tactics were good. He just went against idiots that didn't know what they were doing, and he knew how to play them. And that's why I consider him a good general. But he was not somebody who could, if the other general was any good, he wasn't going to win the day. It just, he only fought a good general once, and he got beat at Zama. Robert E. Lee was not a great general. It's just that he had idiots. Robert E. Lee should have gotten crushed at the Battle of Antietam, but you had 2 generals who just couldn't get their heads out of their butt. McClellan should have ended the Civil War. Everybody talked about McClellan was great at organizing the army and getting the army together. but he was too scared to order the army into combat. McClellan was a coward from the word go. He was great at getting the troops trained and getting them ready, but he never gave them the order to attack. He always was scared. He always got bad information. Oh, the army, his enemy army is twice the size it really is. He was always scared to go into battle and make the decisive call. And that's where you got to give Lee some credit. He would make a decisive call. Lee had a lot of good generals around him. But again, many of the Southern generals benefited because they were career soldiers who fought in the war, and most of the U.S. Army was career Southern officers. So when the USA split, most of the best officers joined the South because they had been from the South to begin with. Now the third general, my UK people are about ready to get mad at me. Field Marshal Sir Bernard Montgomery is the most overrated general in history. That guy was a clown. He never won a battle he designed. Even El Alamein was somebody else's battle. He just happened to take over when the attack time came, and he got credit for it. But all his other campaigns, despite the press, he was a horrible general. On D-Day, he was supposed to capture Caen within 3 days. It took him a month. And the only reason he finally captured Caen is because Operation Cobra broke out and stripped German reinforcements. He was supposed to take Caen in 3 days. He couldn't do it in a month. His Italian campaign was a joke. His Sicilian campaign was a joke. He got credit for beating Rommel, and Rommel wasn't even there. And the battle plan wasn't his battle plan. And his great battle plan, Operation Market Garden, despite it being 90% successful, was an idiotic plan to begin with. I understand why they wanted to attack up there. They wanted to get the V-2 rocket sites along the Dutch coast and also get a control of Antwerp, Entvede, and a couple of other towns to help be ports to bring in supplies. But he rushed it. When people told him that there were SS Panzer divisions in the area, he intentionally ignored the warnings. He refused to listen to the Dutch underground, and he ordered the attack. And then, even as planned, they didn't follow the plans because, oh, we don't have enough planes, so what should have been a one-day airdrop is going to be stretched out over 3 days. He should have called it off. Plus, he expected his top group, 30th Corps, he expected them to go through a narrow highway and go 60 miles in 3 days. Now, a lot of credit to General Horrocks and 30th Corps. They got most of the way. But they didn't get there in 3 days. They didn't get there in 7 days. And the British 1st Airborne Division was destroyed. 15,000 men in, 2,000 out. The British 1st Airborne didn't take part in the war after that. It was so destroyed. So I have a definite hatred of Montgomery. His attitude towards the American troops in the war was constantly, and I'm not saying the American generals were better. I'm just saying there were better generals everywhere than Montgomery. The German army thought Montgomery was a joke from the word go, which helped on D-Day, because and helped on some things, which also backfired in Market Garden. They were so convinced that the Americans would never allow Montgomery to lead a major attack, they figured that Patton and Bradley were the two best generals on the Allied side, that they would never let Montgomery lead the attack, and of course Montgomery always got to lead the attack. So Rommel was a great general, but he had studied advanced tactics and knew how to use them. He knew how to use. But, people had caught up to him. But that's why the North Africa campaign was very important, because it was a big victory and the UK was standing alone. My love for the UK, because the UK was standing alone. Okay, the Russians too. But there was a time period before Hitler invaded Russia where it was the UK against everybody else. The UK stood alone. And they deserve nothing but respect and admiration for that. And that's why the North Africa campaign was so big, because it was the first real victory against the Germans. But the Germans were already pulling out of North Africa because the Russian campaign needed everything. So, for propaganda's sake, it was huge. But the Germans were kind of abandoning North Africa anyhow. Rommel didn't have half the tanks he normally had. El Alamein was a great victory, but it was designed by a different general. The trickery used was designed by the underlings, not by Montgomery, but Montgomery rode the credit all the way through. Montgomery's ego was huge, and he was not a good general. Not an average general. He was a bad general, period. He was a terrible leader. And, I've got a lot of UK friends that get mad at me when I say that because he's the hero. But the history since the war has gone back and shown Montgomery was a douche. So, night, Simon. Everybody hates Montgomery? No, there's a lot of people that love him. I've had plenty of fights on. Everybody who thinks I'm a nice guy here, catch me on one of my history, not live feeds, but channels that I go on. The words get flying nasty because I will be very explicit in my disdain for certain things, and other people, oh yeah, Montgomery's got a lot of lovers and fans still. But I will not back down. He was a horrible general. He was overrated, and he took credit for a lot of things he didn't deserve credit for. But he's just one of those guys. His ego was so big. So take care, Simon. I will catch you on your various feeds. Alexander is a guy that is a great general, but he was insane. He just was able to pull it off. He pulled stunts in battles that going into the battle, there's no way you could win this battle. Because history likes to make, like Darius and a couple of other guys that he fought against, kind of like, well, they were imbeciles. Darius was a very good military leader as emperor of the Persian Empire. Darius was a very good military leader. But Alexander the Great was just like nuts ahead of everybody. Now, Caesar is a guy I think is overrated, but the only thing we truly know about Caesar is what he wrote about himself. He pulled off some great wins, but Caesar was another guy. I won't put him in Napoleon's class or in. I'll put him a few notches below. Caesar was a good general. Caesar was good at getting himself into trouble and out of trouble. But again, Caesar often benefited. You got to remember, all of Caesar's great wars, except for the Roman civil wars he fought against Pompey, he fought against barbarian tribes that didn't have the tech or the organization the Roman army had. So all his wars against the Gauls, well, he had 50,000 Roman troops against 150,000 Gauls. Yeah, but the 150,000 Gauls were fighting naked with deerskin shields, okay? Not exactly, that's like the American cavalry fighting a lot of battles against the Native Americans where they had bows and arrows and spears and we had our guns. The battles the Native Americans won, they had as many guns as we did. Hi, Roy, how are you? Take care, Rick. Yeah, you mentioned the battlefield up here in Monroe, River Raisin Battlefield. That's an interesting one. And of course, my own city, Toledo, had a very famous battle that's important to American history. We had just outside of Toledo a battle called Fallen Timbers in 1794. After 3 different massacres of American armies, a guy named Anthony Wayne, who had served under George Washington in the Revolution, was sent out here with a federal army and fought the Indians and defeated the Indians at the Battle of Fallen Timbers, which caused these Indians to surrender this territory, which opened up this whole area to the new American country. And so settlers rushed in. They had already started coming in, but this just opened the way. They agreed to move west and north, and it opened up the Ohio country to settlers much more. So we've had important battles, very important battles here that are important to American history, but don't get taught in schools because there's so many things to teach. You know, sometimes we talk, it's a shame schools don't teach that, but, well, you can't teach everything. Not every Civil War battle is important. I know it was our Civil War, but not every Civil War battle is important. Of course, I went to a Civil War battlefield, an American Civil War battlefield. The Battle of Newmarket. The Battle of Newmarket. And the guides there, I really felt bad. I wanted to tell them, you do know the North won the war, right? Because these guys were still stuck on the War of Southern Independence, or the War between the states, the War of Northern Aggression. You guys do know you shot first. You know, you call it the War of Northern Aggression, except the South shot first. You know, that's that Star Wars revision where Greedo fired first. No, he didn't. Han shot first. We all know he did. We all saw the original Star Wars. Han shot first. Greedo didn't even get a shot off. But somebody thinking, we can't have a hero who shoots first. No, sometimes you need a hero who shoots first. You may not like it, but sometimes the good guy has to shoot first, or he won't get a chance to shoot. Am I right? Am I right? Can I get a witness? Sorry, I'm unplugging some of the lights. Yeah, that's true, Thomas. We often call them massacres, but that was also part of Native American culture, was to destroy your enemy. If you kill them all, there's nobody to come back. Hey, hello, Ivo Van Zan. Well, hello. Welcome in. Go via or go home. I apologize, I forget your first name. I've got a couple of people tonight, 2 new visitors. I now declare you a knight at the rhomboid table. Oops, come on. Work for me. I now declare you a knight at the rhomboid table. There we go. It's all good now. Yes, I have. The washing of the spears. Yep. All right. Ray, take care. Keep my fingers crossed on the bowling situation. And good luck. If you do bowl tonight, good luck. Bowl well. Go for a 700. Rorke's Drift and Islandwana. Yeah, Islandwana was a massacre. And Rorke's Drift, which is famous, made famous from the movie Zulu. Which, of course, like any war movie, not exactly accurate to what really happened, but, you know. And, of course, they don't make movies about Islandwana because white man lost that battle, so we don't make a movie about it. Zulu, where the white guys held out and won, we make a movie about it. Everybody's a mod. I make everybody a mod. You're all knights of the rhomboid table. Chris, there it is, Chris. Okay. It's so yeah, we just talk anything here, and I run my German trains, Chris. I specialize in only modern era. In the UK, they have all kinds of eras. It's like 10 or 11 depending on which magazine you work. In the European modeling, not counting the UK, the UK is still part of Europe. We have 6 eras, and era 6 is anything post 2005, and that's what I run. I do have a couple of steam trains. I do have a freight train running, but I'm not a big freight train guy. I'm into passenger trains because I do Germany. I From 2003 to 2016, I did a student exchange program where I took students from my high school to Germany for 3 weeks. Working class kids, not rich kids, not a rich school, working class kids, but we had a student exchange program where the deal was the kids paid their airfare, which we got them in a program where they could save up and pay their airfare. They got to spend 3 weeks in Germany for free. And then I raised money to pay for little trips. But we always traveled by train, and that's where I fell in love with trains. And I finally, in 2015, decided I wanted a model train of Germany, and that's where I got addicted to model trains. But these are all trains, except for the freight train. They're all trains I have ridden on when I've been over in Europe. Obviously, the freight train I didn't ride on. And so I do Central Europe, mostly Germany, but some Austria, and I'm running those blue trains. That way are Czech trains. They're from the Czech Republic. Let's see which one. That one. There's that angle. But yeah, you can see that is a Czech railjet running around. The railjet is a high-speed train. That's the Czech one. In the background, you can see my one freighter. Also pulling a GoPro. I don't have any scenery up, but with that. And then coming around the corner there is another blue train. That is a Czech Eurocity, an EC, Eurocity Express. A Eurocity is a train that travels between multiple countries. Intercity is inside a country. Eurocity is between different countries. Let's see, where we go. This guy coming around the corner here, this is a German ICE. That is their high-speed train. You cannot call it a bullet train. Only the Japanese Shinkansen can be called a bullet train. But that's the German high-speed train. And then there goes my freighter. That is a BR 181.2 locomotive. And then coming around is the Austrian railjet. This is the Austrian high-speed train. It is probably the prettiest train in my opinion. I love that livery. It's a gorgeous train. Here you can see the Austrian railjet and the Czech railjet. It's a pretty train in the blue too. Okay, what kind of a camera setup do I have? Well, let's go to the big screen here. Okay, so I have stationed, and trust me, my wife questions my sanity, although she should be coming down here any minute. I have 9 cameras. It's the story of a model railway. I have 9 cameras. They're all various Logitech or generic cameras that are run through my computer. I use OBS to broadcast. So I have 9 webcams, all wired webcams. These are all wired webcams. And then I have, it'll go dark for a second, but 3, 2, 1. I also have a GoPro running. There's my Czech railjet. I love that view. And the ICE gets in the way. I call this view the passenger view, even though it's on a freight train, because it's just how it feels when I ride trains in Germany. When Joyce and I ride trains in Germany, we get this that view where you just other trains come flying up next to you or past you, going the other way. And then I have 2 sides to the layout. So this side of the layout, which is to my left, that is going to be, it technically is, the city of Delmenhorst. And the station is an actual station. It's 95% accurate. It is the station of Delmenhorst. Get a platform shot here. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Platform shot. That is an actual station in Germany. I scratch built it myself. It is the city of Delmenhorst, Germany, which is near Bremen. What new blue one, Flymo? The EC is the newest one. I've had that a few months now. The Czech Railjet I've had forever. The new blue loco, this guy, bada bing, bada boom. Whoops, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. This one. So this guy, this beautiful guy has to be converted from 2-rail DC to 3-rail AC. I've got to send them out. A place said they can do it, but they said I have to order the parts because they don't have the parts in stock. They don't do it because this is an Acme train and they don't do Acme. So I have to get the parts from Acme and then they'll do it. So I contacted Acme, which is an Italian company, and I'm waiting for them. But this guy will pull. Ah, he's out of view now. This guy will pull, not the one that's next to me right now, but the other blue one. This is the official locomotive that goes with the Beethoven that's coming up right now. So let me go to, where's 11-lane view? Quick, 11-lane view. Bingo. Yeah, Beethoven is coming down right now. That Austrian Beethoven locomotive. German and Austrian. Ah, there you go. But yeah, that train, the EC, is the one that would be pulled by this new blue loco. No, that's all right. I got a new blue loco to pull them. That guy I was just showing, that's the new blue loco. He's going to show them. So yeah, I just have it all tied in. The big thing is the computer I run this through is strictly for this. And I have 10 dedicated USB ports, all independent from each other. So instead of all of them like plugged into a multi-tap, which they will conflict with each other. Like this guy blinks a bit. That's because he's the same type of camera as that guy. And since that guy was added first, he blinks because they're technically the same camera. So even though they're in dedicated ports, the computer still tries to read them both, so this guy blips a bit. So yeah, you know, like Sparky has. Now the thing is, I don't have a fancy layout. My layout is a single level. Let me pull the map up. Most of you guys have all seen this, but I like to show anybody. This is a map of my layout. Do I still have is the camera working? Yes, okay. Or not the camera. This is a map of my layout. To my left, which my arm's pointing to my right, but my left is actually that way. Or my left is actually that way, but on this camera, my left is that way, which is actually to my right. I have an 8-foot by 12.5-foot table, and then the other side is 11.5 by 8 foot. So 8 foot by 11.5, 8 foot by 12.5, and then a 6-foot section that's 30 inches wide. And it's just one level, no mountains, because I could not fit I originally was going to do 2 levels, but I could not fix a legitimate helix in here the way I needed the helix to work. And I just decided to go one level. There's no mountains because I have ADD, ADHD, and I'm more about just lots of trains running. I'm not prototypical. The only thing that's prototypical is the city of Delmenhorst will be prototypical someday. And then the city of Delmenhorst, the tracks run to a city called Bremen. And so that's my Bremen, that other side. See, literally, how do I explain this? The map I'm pointing at is actually this way. because this camera is reversed and it won't let me change it. So it confuses me. But that's the setup. It's just a big table, but there's nothing fancy about the track. It's just lots of track, so I can have 6 trains running. Technically, I could have 30 trains running because I could put lots of trains on the same track, and I don't have any guidance system. My control system is what it is. I use a company called Miracle-Lean because my track is Miracle-Lean. Most of my trains are from a company called Miracle-Lean, and I have a Miracle-Lean Central Station 3, which I will, pardon me guys, and you know the shaky hands coming, so just bear with me. Yeah, look at it. So here is my entire command center. There is my Central Station 3. That is my main control center. But then I have 2 handheld controllers called mobile stations. I then run it up on my computer. So the same thing I have here, I can also control from my computer. And so this is my whole control setup. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, yakety schmackety. That is it. But that's my Central Station 3. And then I have a computer down here that runs everything with all my cameras and everything else plugged in. And then over there, you can see my wargaming stuff on the shelf and the city of Delmenhorst, which is a real city in Germany. And I will change cameras real fast so you guys don't get too sick while I do this. Hark! I hear a wifey poo coming. A wifey poo. What happened? Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, Alan came in. I don't know if I told you, he had COVID really bad. So today was one of the first days he's been up and about. He still feels like crap, but Alan came in. So I don't think he's still here, but if he is, awesome. But I forgot to mention it to you. This week has been so crazy. We haven't had time to talk about the little things in life. Anyhow, and then as usual about this time, everybody knows. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to turn this around. What's that? A yellow train. Oh, that's my metronome. How can I, well, yeah, where is the...
Thanks, Joe. Sorry. Yeah, just tired, just kind of crazy.
Yeah, there you go, Chris.
It's kind of a crazy day.
That is a German regional train called the Metronome. It basically runs in and out of Hamburg to some of the cities within an hour on it.
It often goes that way.
So that is,
So anyway, hi everybody.
oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're busy. It's okay.
So yeah, well, now you got the EC in the way. That is my Czech EC in the way.
Yeah, Flymo it was. My really good class had a few issues today. Well, I guess started Wednesday.
Everybody's going in the way
But
now.
it came to a head today, so I read a few of them, the Riot Act.
But that is the Metronome. It's one of 3 double, Durchstock we call them in German, double levels. And the locomotive, but that is a private company that does commuter traffic, and they run in and out of Hamburg. So it's Hamburg to Bremen, Hamburg to Hanover. I think they go to Oldenburg too.
I think they do too.
So, and they also go north of Hamburg. But that's the routes I know. Yeah, it really is a nice train. It just happens to be one of the ones I parked today. If you come back, it'll probably be up next week because it's been sitting for a couple of weeks, so it'll be back out on the layout.
Time to change it. All right, get your GoPro going.
Yeah, got the GoPro going. The GoPro is pro going.
Ready to get the GoPro?
And then the other thing this channel does, because I just do a live stream once a week. I used to do shows. I haven't done a show in a year and a half. I just do the live stream on Fridays. But I do comedy bits. We do joke songs about model trains. If you really want to have a laugh, Chris, I would encourage you to go to my parody songs list or my, I did a Western called Matt Clark Railroad Detective. Everything we do is about trains. But we do comedy bits. And Joyce sings most of the song.
Most of it.
If the singing doesn't want to make you puke, doesn't make you want to puke, it's Joyce singing. If your ears bleed, that was me singing. So we usually have Joyce. We actually had one. I usually put one up. What is it? Did David Cook ever come in? Because he works late too.
You guys are something else. It's not, just not.
Yeah, so the thing is we take famous, at least to us, pop songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and we do silly versions of them.
Right.
But all train related. I write the lyrics and the parodies. I put the video together. I get the music together, and then Joyce sings, usually.
Okay, I'm just going to point out, Americans don't need translation. We understand you throw random U's and things.
So, but yeah, the Matt Clark was a great show, in my opinion. I loved it. I thought it was
Thanks,
funny.
Tom. Oh my gosh. Nice in the way. Yeah, for sure.
But we have 4 songs in the waiting again. We built up because we just have not been able to work it out where we've had the time and the mood.
Or the voice.
Or the voice.
You know, when I have to read them to riot acts, it's kind of hard on the voice.
Well, you can hear she's stringing now.
I am. I know, and I gave a test today, but I had to review. A lot of them did finish it. Like, oh, Spell those continents correctly.
Yeah. Well, Thomas, those video clips were taken from a UK TV show called The Great Model Train Challenge.
Yeah.
That was taken from a UK show, The Great Model Train Challenge, where these guys had to build functioning active layouts with things happening, and they had 3 days to build it, and then they got judged on it. So you had 3 teams. So yeah, they built basic. They had to build it on a 4x8 table. It had to have running trains. They gave them some kind of a theme, like science fiction, James Bond. They gave them a theme they had to build it on, and there are 2 seasons of it. It was actually, the first season I thought was a good show. And if you know Kathy Millett, the UK modeler, she was one of the judges. Several people that I'm subscribed to were actually on the show. Gary at Cheeky Tech. Jennifer Kirk was one of the contestants. In fact, her internet fame, her membership on her channel quadrupled after she appeared on the show.
Yeah.
Her channel was kind of small, big compared to much of us, but I think she only had 2,000, 3,000 subscribers, and then she appeared on the show, and now she's at whatever she's at, 20,000, whatever it's at.
Something else. Oh, Joseph. Ah.
Oh, you are.
Oh. I like you too.
I like me too.
That's good.
Actually, no, I hate myself. But, you know.
No, don't go there.
Um,
Oh.
so,
So what does Acme stand for?
everybody wants to rule the world has been in our gun sights. I love a lot of Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world has been in the idea stage. Now, I mostly do 50s and 60s. One of our favorite videos, I don't know, do you have a particular favorite?
Yeah.
If you know the 1979 hit song "Digital Killed the Video Killed the Radio Star," that's one of our best. We've got "Digital Killed the Analog Guy" was to the tune of.
It's okay. It's good. You're good. You're good. Go on.
But again, if you go to my main page, again, I'm encouraging people to check it out. If you go to the main page, you'll see a list called parody songs.
But he doesn't promote himself or anything.
No. I never promote myself.
Ever promote himself. Yeah. Everybody wants to drive a train. I know I didn't do that very well.
Everybody wants a model train.
Okay.
Welcome to my show. Here I run my trains. They just go around.
See, that's how he does this. He
And
just
I'm
really
thinking maybe more track or a new trade. My wife thinks that I am insane. Everybody wants a model trade. I just made that up right there, guys. So A, you got bad singing.
That's how he rolls.
And
so.
B, that's how I work. I just start throwing it together, and if I feel something's working, I go to the computer and start writing.
The singing is subpar, but the lyrics are just phenomenal.
My singing's horrible, but I think my lyrics are usually pretty good.
You'll enjoy singing. No.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got started singing. I started singing that because Joyce got me going on it. Yes. I don't like channels that promote themselves. I find it really tacky when you have all your different products
Yeah.
and you stick your name everywhere. By the way, this is a really good coffee mug. I don't drink coffee, but even with water, it's good. Good stuff. Self-promotion is just the highest level of tackiness. By the way, don't forget to check out my Teespring store.
So anyway, Kieran's here.
Hey, Kieran! Yay, Kieran!
Got her roasted. Oh.
Yay, Kieran's here! Now we just need David Cook and the usual gang's here.
Yeah, just about. Don't forget to hit the like button, though. We got over 40
Now-
last week.
We did Penny Lane by the Beatles. Now, the most popular in terms of views was the Everard Junction,
But
to-
not for the right reason.
but not for the right reason. No, the lyrics are great. The lyrics are great. It
Oh,
got
the
a lot of
lyrics
views
are very
because
good.
Alan mentioned it. But because the name of the song is Everard Junction, people that are fans of Everard Junction, it was in their
What
search
did he do?
list.
Right.
And they came to it and then heard my singing. So it's also got the most dislikes of any video. The lyrics are awesome.
They're good.
You might want to just turn it down and sing it to yourself.
Yeah, because he puts the lyrics up for you. Yeah.
But
There was a lot of horror there. If you read the comments, they're actually extremely funny. Has anyone ever told you that you have a really bad singing voice?
I love that one. I get that so often. Who told you you could sing? Did you read the comments where it says singing is horrible?
Yeah.
I tried. You guys all know the story. I tried to get Joyce to sing from the get-go and she wouldn't do it. But after I did like my third time singing, Joyce said, honey, I'll sing.
I felt sorry for you all. It is for you that I get so far out of my comfort zone and sing those.
Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to play on my layout. Dun, dun,
You
dun,
know the same thing.
and run all my trains.
He's happy in a train and the mean mad wife.
What's that?
He said you kind of had the same theme. Happy with your layout or playing with your layout. And the mean
You gotta
wife.
go with the stereotypes.
I know.
Cost of trains, always wanting
Yeah,
more space, and
right.
wife going, you spent how much?
Yeah.
Standard.
You want to buy another one? Yeah.
I am the walrus. Sitting
You
at my
guys are
layout,
so sweet.
watching the trains go by.
Waiting for the light to change. See, I don't write them.
No, that actually wasn't bad. Sitting at a turnout, waiting for the switch to change.
Everybody's getting attention. Everybody getting moving soon.
Well, in the old days, Flymo, I always had a notebook, actually a legal pad or a notebook by my bed. And if I woke up with a lyric or a line, because again, if you don't know, I had a book of poetry published. And I have two others that I can't get published. But even Joyce knows, I would get up and run over and start writing. A line would come to me middle of the night, I would get up and start writing. I had to see where it goes. And that's when I was writing serious stuff. The comedy's the same way. If I get it, I let it run and just go with it. That's why my 6-part series, Matt Clark, became an 18-part series. Because every time I wrote something, a new idea came up, and I was like, oh, that would be funny here. No, I'm not taking singing lessons.
Well, there really wouldn't be any
I
point.
sing with the threat, send me money or I'll sing.
Right. Yeah, no, that really, I don't think that would help. It would help me, but I don't think it would help him. Anthony's not tone deaf. He's just his vocal
I just
cords.
have a horrible.
His vocal cords just don't follow his ideas. I don't think any singing lessons in the world can fix that.
No. But like my personal favorite songs that we did, Stuck at a Train Show with You, which is Steeler Wheels, Stuck in the Middle with You, Clowns to the left of me, Joke is to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Became trains to the left. Me deal is to the right. Here I am stuck at a train show with you.
Stuck at a train show with you.
He's trying to do the Monkees, but he's added one too many syllables. Hey, hey, we're the trainers. People say we're playing with trains, but, you know.
Yeah. See, he's so meticulous. He will match the number of syllables. He will match the inflection. He will match the intention.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
He's
just
just
write a
very
parody.
careful.
I don't just write a parody to fit the lyrics. I break it down. Where is the stressed syllable? How many syllables? How did he sing or she sing this syllable?
He's a terrible taskmaster, I'll tell you. Yep. No, you got it all wrong. Try it this way. Oh.
There you go, Carl. Oh, I'd probably do it. I am an HO. They are an HO. I am an N scale. Cuckoo, ka-choo. You know. Mr. Rivet, Counter City. You know. Rivet counters laugh at you. Oh, hee, ha.
Alright, my hair's really flat today.
See how they laugh when I ran my rail jet. See how they fly.
No, he's just very meticulous.
So, I mean, but that's, Weird Al. I mean, somebody called me the Weird Al of model train world, and I take that as a grand compliment.
Happily take
because,
it, yeah.
Abracadabra, hocus pocus, and Guardia Living. Every time I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh well. But yeah, so we've got like 22 or 23 songs up, and we've got more to come. We've had one that we were supposed to finish a month and a half ago that we never finished. I've got the video started, just don't have the lyrics.
All right.
And then I wrote one last week that I wanted to work on this week.
Probably get one done this weekend. I shall do my best.
And then I've got all kinds of skits I want to put back in the show, like Dr. Zayas is going to become a character. And my cousin Kenneth from Down Under, Kenneth Clock Dodge, will be coming in now and then on me shows. I gotta have my cousin Kenneth from Down Under. Righteous bloody hoppers.
Said a bicycle.
Oh, yeah. I want to play my model trains. I want to run my trains. I did do Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. When I take somebody on, I take on their grand epic. It's the worst singing, but I still think it's one of my best rips. But, so best songs. Stuck at a Train Show with You.
That's a good one.
Digital Killed the Analog Guy.
You say so.
You don't like that one?
Eh,
I love it.
okay.
I think the lyrics are great and it's a good one.
That's fine.
Why don't you like it?
I think it's whatever. It's okay.
Oh, no. On camera now. I want this explained to me, woman.
I'm not, so stop.
Why don't you like it? You
I
don't like your singing?
I don't dislike it.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, that's all right.
You have no taste. That's why you married me.
Stop it.
We did, and then She's Not There.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah. It's not there.
Yeah, it's not there. The
right.
zombie, She's Not There, it's not
Right.
there. And Penny Lane's not bad. Anfield Road.
Anfield Road? Yeah.
That's not bad. I think they liked it even more than I did.
Oh, I think they did too.
Hey, John at Mystic Southern. On this channel, you never miss anything. You don't miss anything here. Same shit, different day. No, same shit, different stream.
Yeah. We're getting song suggestions, lyric suggestions, or people are writing their own. We may be inspired that.
So, which ones do you like the most? Then,
You know,
if
we
you hate
worked
Digital Killed the Analog Guy.
I don't hate it. I just don't think it's our best.
Oh, I think lyric-wise, everything is one of the best. Forget the video or
we
singing.
finally got through the Sound of Silence.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
you like the Sound of Locos.
That was hard to sing.
Greg, I thought Foster's was beer only for the tourist. I thought true Australians hated Foster's beer. Foster's, Australian for beer. I thought Australians thought Foster's was horse piss.
Yeah, so, okay, Aussies that are here,
We're what?
Aussies that are here.
Aussie.
Aussie.
Aussie,
Just one,
Aussie,
okay.
Aussie.
Aussie. So anyway, is Foster's terrible? And
Well, that's what I'm saying, Greg.
What song was he doing?
What song?
Is Foster's two swollen way here under the Southern Cross? I stay with the piano houses.
I don't know.
What song you're doing? You gotta have a. Oh, that's not a surprise. It's not good either.
Yeah,
That's
Beck's
the
beer.
same.
Beck's beer is good in Germany, but the American brewed stuff is
Right.
crap.
And see, we run into that. It really has a lot to be desired. The American version.
Hey, Damien, how are you?
And I'm not even a real beer person, but
So I heard that. I've heard from too many friends in Australia that Foster's is what they sell the tourists.
right. But it's not their beer. Well, that's very responsible.
How very
So-
responsible of them, by the way.
Solar power. I approve. How's that? Oh,
No, I've got
shucks.
all these cameras and I do them
The
in the
blue
mass
tubs
view, but
living in a box.
what's that?
The blue tubs. Think about the blue tubs.
Oh,
Living in a box. So living in
Okay.
a dream.
yeah, I don't know the song.
Oh yeah. you
Hey,
do.
Artie,
Yes,
good morning,
you do.
good morning.
Yes, you do. Oh, what time is it? Are you 12 hours? Right, it would have to be.
Oh, I thought they were like 14 hours ahead, like 12 hours plus 2 or something like that.
Oh,
Or
okay.
behind, so yeah.
Behind or ahead? I thought they were ahead.
Ahead.
Yeah, it's already Saturday. So they're getting up early for
Oh,
us.
the camera is starting to go wonky there.
Okay.
Which means, it just means the battery's starting to go.
Sure.
Oops, that's you.
Okay. You wait. I guess pay attention to where it is. You can see where it was, maybe. And that one? Look at that. Where is it?
It's 7:30. Okay, so yeah, it is. It's 14 hours ahead.
Okay, gotcha. Praga Dark Lager. Oh.
No, John, right there, no. I will not sing Rick Astley.
I
No.
won't
hate
either.
Rick Astley.
I
I hate that
will
song with a
not.
passion. Because that's the other thing. I have to like the song
Oh,
to
that's
sing it.
nice, Leslie.
I have to like the song to sing it.
That's true. Yeah, no, we just would have to mock it. You know, it's just not good. Yeah, okay.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did Blind Melons, the song No Rain. I did Blind Melon song No Rain. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain.
You have to dance.
No,
yeah,
I don't
not
dance.
happening.
I don't dance.
Not happening.
So no, I couldn't stand Rick Astley.
It didn't help your crew. Yeah. I do it for you. I do it for you. We switch time and
October. Or
2
did we
weeks.
push it back in 2 weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks before we go
Yeah,
on daylight
yeah,
savings.
we jump ahead in 2 weeks. No, it's fall back. We go back.
That's right. So gosh, it'll be even further away.
Hey, Artie, I'm not that big.
Yeah, just no. Hey, you can triple dog dare 'em all you want. We aren't gonna do it.
No, yeah, like I said, I hate the song. So if
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a song lyric, because I listened to the song many
Yes, he sure does.
many
Because
times.
he's matching those. Okay, it's beeping.
Yeah.
It's matching those measures and everything. So
Yeah.
we all listen to it a lot.
So
So no. Okay,
so
you just turned them off. Okay.
yeah. So no, I can't say I couldn't stand Rick. There is so much pop that came out of the UK in the 80s and 90s. I can't stand. I'm a rock and roller. Now, having said that, there's some new wave stuff that came out I did like. I'm a huge Adam and the Ants fan, but I didn't like Adam when he went solo after his first album. You know, Goody Two Shoes, that album, Friend or Foe, was pretty good. After that, I really kissed it. But his first two albums, Dirk Wears White Socks and Kings of the Wild Frontier, I love those albums. But a lot of that pop, Haircut 100 crap, Rick Astley crap, no, I can't stand it.
We used to go after Halloween, Artie, but they moved it up a few. We sang one song together.
Yeah, we did two of us.
We
the
did
Beatles
two of
song,
us.
two of us.
Now,
The
I
two of
like
us,
that
right.
one. I don't think it's...
That was probably my weakest writing
Yeah,
one.
well, okay. But it's cute.
It's cute for us.
It is cute.
If I were watching it from a
and
distance,
it
it would be
was
nauseatingly
fun.
sick.
It was fun to sing it together. Hearing your voice woke you up. Hi, Chris.
I watch it now and I'm like,
I like it. All of our trips.
I like our trips
I don't have
too.
My phone. I'd look it up.
Especially
on
the acid
calendar.
trips.
You have a calendar on here. Check and see when it
He
changes.
just did, November 7th.
Oh, we moved it back.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
because
forward,
we used to.
technically, forward.
Yeah, we used to.
Do it in October and we moved it
Right.
forward.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Halloween when
Never let it happen again.
When
That's,
the
that's
kids-
twice on the stream you've been
I
on.
know. The kids trick or treating at 6 p.m. Used to be in the dark, and now it's light for about a half an hour to an hour. So it's weird. Check your spelling. The vice of an angel, yeah. Oh, could be, really.
Oh, she has the vices of an angel
Which you
too.
don't know, right?
That is so funny.
Oh, well, check, I don't know. The two of us, I have worked with the producer already. Okay.
We're listening to Swiss Alpine music at high volume. Yodelay, 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 yodelay.
You can't tell if Anthony's flat. I'm cackling in the camera, in the microphone. It's terrible. I was really hoping Liz was babysitting.
Yeah.
I could use some baby hugs right now. Yeah, that's right. All you in the southern hemisphere. You're starting your good weather. And we're headed into winter. Winter's coming. It's always funny when I explain to my students that in Australia, Christmas is a summer holiday, and they all are just like, what? How could that happen? Yeah, they're so confused. So they're just as likely to have a barbecue.
They've looked good, Joseph. They've looked good.
Yeah, they have.
There's still room to improve. Their defense looked great, but I blame that as much on Chicago.
Last week was not a fair. I mean, they could show off and everything, but it wasn't a fair challenge. I'm still mad at the Chicago coach. Wow, he just threw his quarterback under the bus.
By Captain and Tennille. Oh, another one. Trains will keep us together.
Oh no.
See there.
Ooh.
Mystic, don't ever invite me over to your house while you're playing music. Your music choices are scaring me.
Right. Yeah, 9 sacks. So Miles had 4.5 of them.
Yep.
Oh.
Could bring Kai over tonight if you want. Tons to do.
Tons
if Dad
to.
didn't get a new one yet.
Yeah,
If I
Dad
didn't get a new one.
Dad got a new one. So you can keep that
Oh.
one with your back. And hello, my darling. We love you so much. Lindy's birthday is coming up less than a week.
See, that does a Depeche Mode. See, you guys are going back to all that 80s and 90s UK pop. I don't think there's a Depeche Mode song I really like. There's a couple I'm okay with. It's like The Cure. I'm not a fan of The Cure either. There's a couple of songs they do I like, but overall,
Yeah, you just, no, don't. It's
rock
okay.
and roll, guys. Rock and roll.
Yeah, you don't need duets. We're really just absolutely fine doing what we do. And trust me, in the car, we sing a lot. Your neighbors love your music. That's good. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And that's, you're used to it and your traditions are around it. We would like snow for Christmas, but nowadays we just don't get it. It doesn't snow. It snows in November, and then it snows in January and February. Trains like violence break the silence. Okay.
Hey, Andrew, an ICE will have either 8 or 9 or be in a double consist of 8. The ICE 3 and the ICE 1 and 2. They'll be in consist of with 8 cars counting the 2 at the end, the control cabs, or 9. 8 or 9, and then they'll be in double consist of 8 if it's long distance or if it's heavy traffic. We often, when we go from the north to the south, we ride in a double consist ICE.
Yeah, I've liked at least one Depeche Mode song.
Well, Personal Jesus is kind of okay, but
I have downloaded a few songs. Nightly.
Good night, Lee.
Yeah, I want the answer to that. Do you have turkey for Christmas? Turkey, lamb, pork? Okay. So you don't do barbecue. Good.
Our Christmas barbecue. I know people barbecue in the snow. Up in Minnesota, they
That's
barbecue
true.
in the snow.
Yeah, we have neighbors that barbecue all winter long. Not anymore.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
He did. They don't.
Right. Yeah, the
what his
previous
name was.
previous owner of the house next door, he grilled all year long.
So, if you think I'd sit around while this train goes by, you're thinking like a fool. It's a case of do or die. Out there is a layout waiting to be had. If you think I'll let it go, you're mad. You got another train coming. You got another train coming.
Yeah, all right.
See, rock and roll, people.
Oh, okay.
Especially songs I can't sing. Because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
When I write a song, I got to think, can one of us actually sing it?
Right.
Which means me, never.
Because I think when I was younger, I could sing some of the real hard rockers, but as I'm getting older, I don't think I have it in me.
I did not do a bad, but that was one of the least popular I did. Good Trains, Bad Trains to Led Zeppelin. That's probably the best singing I did.
Yeah.
And it's a good song, but boy, when I played it live, and then when it went up afterwards, nobody responded to it.
I don't think they like Led Zeppelin that much.
Yeah, not a lot of Zeppelin people in the model train world, apparently. Good trains,
That's how I
bad
coped.
trains. You know,
That's
I've
how
had
I
my
coped
share.
with disco. I went Zeppelin.
Good trains, bad trains. You know, I've had my share. But my local is broken, starting to smoke, and the dealer don't seem to care.
Yeah, Leslie, I think you're right. We've had more at Easter than Christmas. Yeah, crayfish.
But again,
Yeah.
some people that are new to the channel or have been around since I did the last few songs I did over the summer still don't know about all the earlier ones we did. I mean,
He has a playlist.
my Bohemian Rhapsody, the lyrics are
They
fantastic.
are really good.
But I just need somebody to sing it. I toyed with having Joyce sing it. Could you sing it?
I could not sing all of it. There are times where it goes too high or too low.
Well, you know
Yeah.
that 5 octaves that bastard had.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, we call crayfish. Crayfish are different than lobsters.
Yeah.
We have crayfish around here, and I know there's a
Freshwater
ton.
crayfish.
Yeah.
Crayfish or crawfish. Some people call them crawfish.
Depending on
Some
what you
people say
call them.
crayfish.
Yeah, up here they're crayfish. Yeah, we can find them around the river. Okay, I've never found them on my river, but my brother used to bring a bunch home. Never considered eating them.
Well, are you feeling well, Chris? Have you been ill that you're knackered all day?
Oh.
Well, like I said, I like to save the songs I've done.
What's your favorite place in Scotland? We've never been.
I've never been to Scotland.
Never been. We can't say until we've been. We're trying to this year, this summer. You've got to call.
My favorite place in Scotland, since I've never been there, would be wherever Chris at Hales Heritage Railway is.
Oh, that's so sweet.
My favorite place would be wherever Chris is in Scotland. I know he's in Edinburgh.
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 Yeah, I think we're headed to Edinburgh.
We are going up to Edinburgh,
Woo!
and hopefully we'll see him.
See, I always would like to see the Highlands. I think that would be very cool. But I think it's too far
No,
from our trip.
sorry, Greg, but in the U.S., crayfish are freshwater little guys. You can get them in
Yeah,
lakes.
Real little, where lobsters are.
Lobsters are the big ones in the sea, and crayfish are the little ones
Yeah.
we can get at a freshwater lake.
Yeah, you find lobsters in Maine or Alaska. Not in Toledo.
I know you're in it. But no, one of the things we want to see is we want to go to Stirling Battlefield. I want to see Stirling Battlefield, Stirling Bridge and the Stirling Bridge Battlefield, as well as see Edinburgh.
We're headed to York too.
Yes, we are heading.
Oh, Chris, blush away. For heaven's sakes, you started the voice of an angel, and look how far it's traveled. There's like 4 people who.
A whole 4.
A whole 4?
That's this many.
But it's insane.
A whole 4 people. That's this many.
I know, but it's insane.
Why did you look? You should know what 4 is. I do that to my students all the time. You're going to write 5 sentences. That's this many, and they all look up. Why did you look? You should know how many 5 is.
So anyway,
I've got Glaswegian relatives. And Bannockburn. I would love to see
Glaswegian or
Bannockburn too. I think
Glaswegian?
that's on the list. Because part of my trip to England is to go see all these old English, various wars of Scotland, UK, Wales, I want to see castles, and I want to see battlefields. So I want to see the Battle of Towton. I want to see Bannockburn. I want to see Stirling Bridge. I want to see Stamford Bridge.
The three-legged haggis.
And a bunch of others.
Yabbies. Oh, see, that's so interesting how things change
The
depending on
three-legged haggis.
Well,
I didn't know stomachs had
no, but
three
the
legs.
yabbies, I think it's so interesting how things are called so differently in the English language.
It's not English, it's Australian.
Yeah, but it's English.
Yes, I know. That was just an attempt to insult them.
Yeah, okay.
No, sadly, Culloden would not be a preferred.
No, that's such a sad battle site.
Guys, I hate to say this, even though it's hundreds of years late, I was always rooting for Scotland. Sorry to all my British friends. Sorry to all my English friends. I'm sorry I said British. English. Sorry to all my English friends. I was usually, in all those historical battles, even though I knew how they turned out, I was rooting for the Scots. I was rooting for the Welsh, and I was rooting for the Scots. The only time I rooted for the English was when they went to war with France. Because whenever France...
Quite frankly, he'd root for anybody against France.
I'm sorry. I don't have any French fans out there, do I?
This could be getting a little awkward.
Robert Curry doesn't come in.
where's,
Robert Curry doesn't come in.
Okay, who's the other one?
Well, Luma is in Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The, what's his name?
Yeah.
Fami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes us.
Yeah, but he hasn't been in a while.
He hasn't been in a while. Wow.
All right, bye, Kieran.
Oh, this is terrible.
La Famille. I can't think of it. It was La Famille, whatever. Yeah, I tend to root against France.
So anyway.
Even World War II was, well, I kind of had to root.
Kind of knowing your audience is kind of funny.
But yeah, I rooted for Scotland.
Yeah.
But when you went to war against France, I always rooted for you, England.
For sure.
Whenever you went to war against France, I rooted for you.
Yeah. Maybe. It's almost.
It was tough. It was tough to root for France in World War II. It was very tough. But considering the whole Nazi thing, I had to root for the French. And what they do, they lost anyhow.
Lubrizol, this
Okay.
is AJ?
Oh, that's Austin.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they do.
He kind of misses that too. All right,
Yeah,
this is from my
Austin.
German grandfather. Actually, it's also from my American grandfather who
Night,
fought
Austin.
in World War
Thanks for
One.
coming in, Austin, and yeah, he misses y'all too.
This is, I've done this joke one other time, but these are two jokes from my German grandfather, but also from my American grandfather who fought in World War One side by side with the French as an American doughboy.
So, yeah. Okay. Oh, now you blocked me.
All right, here we go. Joke one. What is French military equipment?
Oh, snap.
What is French military equipment? A pair of running shoes and a white flag.
It's state issue.
What is French military equipment? A pair of running shoes and a white flag. What is French military training? Left hand up, right hand up, wave. Left hand up, right hand up, wave. Good night, Melvin.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know. Actually, you really shouldn't have read that divided because Nazis were bad.
Yeah, but Hungary right now is a very Nazi country.
Yikes.
Hungary is very, very, very far right wing.
Yikes. American, you make my heart sing.
American, you make my heart sing.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
You make my trains ring groovy. American, I think I love you.
That's possible.
But I want to know for sure.
Yeah.
The Trogs, man. Oh my God, it is 6 o'clock. It's dinner time. So are you still up to cooking, or would we like to order?
It's pancakes.
Yeah, but would you like to cook, or would you rather order and not cook?
Oh, I can cook tonight.
You can cook tonight, okay. Steak sandwich sounds good too. Pancake sounds good.
You'd rather do a steak sandwich. You
I
can
would.
cook me into
Steak
it.
sandwich sounds good.
This is so probably good for
Screw
her.
Liz.
I said she's probably good for her.
Oh, she doesn't like Marcos.
Oh, you were thinking that way.
Well, we can do either one. We're good. Yeah, we just got comfortable here. You make time fly.
Right.
Yeah. Why do you think I've gotten so old? See, you do that. You make time fly because you don't freaking age. I age. I get older, grayer, balder, and you're just like, la-di-da-di-da. For you mere mortals.
Oh, now I sound like the queen. That's your queen voice.
No, that's not. No, my queen's voice is also Donna Lott's voice. Hello, peasants.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
where Donna Lott came
Well,
from.
yeah.
The Queen of England.
Hello,
Hello, peasants.
is in charge of a whorehouse. A ladies' society.
Hello, peasants.
What did she call it? The ladies group? Ladies coffee society? I forget.
Well, it's a women's social club.
That's kind of awful. Yeah, that would not. Yeah, that would be comfortable.
Barbecue at your place tonight. Well, we'll be on the plane. We'll be there in 22 hours.
I was gonna say it'll take us a while to get there, so you might wanna just delay a little bit.
Yeah.
And it would be fun to go to Australia, but we're a little worried about all your bugs,
Well, that's what Artie says.
snakes. Not so much your hoppers, but maybe we should be.
Oi! Kendra, Kenny, put the little shark biscuit down! That is my favorite Australian word. When I first heard it years ago,
Yeah, shark biscuit.
I love that term. Shark
Too
biscuit for little
funny.
kids.
One
Favorite
of-
word.
I think one of my 3 classes, they distract me and knows what a shark
All right.
biscuit is.
Goodbye, Flymo. Goodbye, Flymo. Thanks for popping in.
Flymo,
Yeah,
obviously
we're getting ready to
heading
shut
out
everything
too,
down
so
here.
you're just getting ahead. Don't forget
See,
to
everybody's leaving now because
hit
last
the-
one in gets caught with the bill.
don't forget to hit the like button.
Yeah, we hit 30.
We did hit 30. That was nice.
Your
I just
your
got
Daisy
laughing
sounded a
too
little
hard.
raspy there.
I'm
Going for the
raspy
Kim
going
Carnes
to bed.
effect.
That's it. We'll do a Kim Carnes song after work. I got it real good.
She's got Kathy Millett eyes. I don't know.
She's got Kathy Millett eyes. All right, good. I'm glad y'all had fun. I hope y'all had fun. I guess.
Always enlightening.
I wasn't
That's us,
like-
the second version of the Enlightenment.
That's so scary in a way.
The
So
Aufklärung.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So choose. Hit the like button.
All
Some
right,
of you
everybody.
haven't. Come on. Support Anthony. And me.
And
You know that.
you need all the support you can get.
I do. Artie, I will not argue that fact with
What's
you.
that? Where's that?
The last one on mine. Will
Indeed.
not argue with that for us.
Indeed. But knowing my luck, something would bite me.
Yeah, definitely. All right, bye.
Bye, dear. All right, everybody. Time has flown by. It really did go fast this time. Thanks for everybody who came in. Best wishes to, once again, to Alan and family who've been sick with the COVID. I'm always stunned and amazed. I say it all the time, I know, that so many people come in and hang out. And considering we got 31 likes, when most people were watching more interesting stuff on other channels, I want to thank you all. So I will see you on somebody's stream somewhere. Otherwise, I will be back here. Hopefully, we'll have a song or two ready to go. A new parody song because the lyrics are written, the videos are ready to go. We just need the voice of an angel to stop being so devilish. So I'm going to say, as always, thanks everybody once again. It's awesome to have you all here sharing time with us on my train table pseudo layout. So next time, bring a friend. And, for God's sakes, pick up after yourselves before you leave, okay? Auf Wiedersehen.